Hello YouTube, Crochet Baby here. I'm just going to give you guys a little update on my seeds and how they're doing and what new things have sprouted and how my others that have sprouted are doing. And then, after I'm going to attach that clip right after this. And then after that, after you watch that clip, I'm also going to let you guys know what I did this weekend as far as how me and my cousin and her 5 children celebrated Earthday. Her husband did show up about the last half hour of the event. He had to work, so he came straight from work. Otherwise, he'd have been there the whole time too, but he did help too that last half hour. He did a lot. So anyway, I guess we'll cut over to that clip and I'll be back. Hey everybody, this is an update on my seedlings. Those tall things over there are my radishes. And then right here, you'll see this one right here. Those are my large cherry tomatoes, sprouted. And way over here, this one right here is my cauliflower. It's getting pretty tall. And then, whoops, sorry. Right over here is my giant curled mustard. It's just barely popping up there. Both of these are my Mizuna mustard. They've both sprouted. And then right here is my dill. It's getting a little bit bigger. I don't know, maybe if I go like this you can, nope, can't see it any better. Sorry. But it's right there, 2 little tiny leaves popped up. And then there's a few others that are just barely popping up, but you can't hardly see them, so I figure I'll just wait. I did end up putting everything back into the grow box because when I put it in the windowsill, absolutely nothing happened, and my sprouts that I did have started to wilt. They were wilting. So, last night, I put them all back into here, the grow box, and they perked right up. They're not laying in the dirt anymore. And the leaves were curled up, and yeah, it just didn't look good. So, I'm really happy to see them perked up. And that's when my cherry tomatoes sprouted and the giant curled mustard sprouted. So I got a couple more sprouts there. And like I said, there's a couple other things that are starting to come up, but you just really can't hardly see them, so there's no sense in me even trying until they get, actually bust out all the way and get taller, then you guys can see them. But anyway, that's my update on my seeds. It's me again. Okay, so you've seen how my seeds are doing in my seedlings. Now I'm going to talk about what I did this weekend. Yesterday, April 20th, is our way of celebrating Earth Day. Me, my cousin, Michelle, and her 5 children participated in a community beautification project. It wasn't our community. I actually live about a half hour, maybe closer to 45 minutes outside of Kansas City. But where we went it's the inner city. It's actually one of the worst areas to be in. And I wish I'd have gotten some before pictures for y'all so you could see just how bad this looked before we got to it. But anyway, what it was a lot in this neighborhood that had, it used to have 2 buildings that had apartments in them. And I don't know what happened to the buildings, but they're not there anymore. Well, because of those buildings, there was a lot of concrete from like the foundation and stuff, so there was a group of guys who were digging that up and busting it up and everything, and they were picking up these like 100-pound chunks of concrete and just taking it over and throwing it in the dumpster and stuff. They're going to recycle the concrete because that actually takes less energy and it doesn't damage the earth to actually crush it and make it into concrete again. So no blasting out of the rock of the earth and stuff like that. They just recycle it. And then as far as the materials that could be composted, we put all of that in composting bags so that it could be composted. There were a lot of trees that had damage or that had fallen down or were diseased and stuff that they had to cut down. They put some of the bigger guys on those projects, who were experienced in those areas. And they cut all the trees up and stuff so that anyone in the neighborhood or any one of the volunteers, they said, could take as much as they wanted, you know, to use for their fireplaces or whatever. And the rest is going to sit there for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks they're going to come back and chip it all to use it as mulch there at the little park kind of garden that we created. I have the battle wounds. I've got skin that was just rubbed off completely, blisters. I've got cuts, scrapes, all kinds of stuff. We just cleaned up. There was a ton of debris. I did so much digging things up. The thorn bushes, they would stick in you, and you'd have to grab hold of it to pull it out, because if you tried to jerk away, it would bring the bush with it. And somehow you'd always end up with even more of them stuck in you if you tried to jerk away. Go figure. But anyway, I'm really, really impressed with my cousin's 5 children, because I tell you what, and they're young. Her children are young. They worked their little booties off, and no complaining. They actually enjoyed it and wanted to do it, and we all had so much fun. Really got a lot of enjoyment out of it. We were there for 5 hours, from 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock. About 1 o'clock, they called a halt and told everyone just to hurry up, pick everything up, and get the tools up there and blah, 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 because it had started sprinkling, which, you know, no big deal right now, sprinkling to us, because we've been getting dumped on so much. But it started sleeting, so they were like, okay, we're just calling a halt, and they're going to go back in 2 weeks and finish. We got almost all of it done. There was just tons of stuff. There was a rock garden we put in. There were these other things we put in. We did tons of landscaping, digging, raking, tilling, evening out of the ground, putting bird seed down with mulch over it, just all kinds of stuff. But what's left to do is, like, there's an arbor that they're going to build. They also have some plants that are on order that'll be coming in that are actually plants that are native to the area. So there's going to be a butterfly garden. A lot of those plants that they're putting in will produce food for the wildlife, so to feed the birds and things like that. So, and it's just really, it looks, oh my goodness, so nice now. But I've got pictures and a really short video that I'm going to put in there for you. And the neighborhood kids are playing in the dumpster. Nice. There's this woman that lives near me. I do not get this lady, because she doesn't watch her kids at all. They're always outside, unsupervised, running all over the place. And I mean, there's several of them, and they range in age from about 3 years old to probably about, there's one that might be 11 or 12, and yeah, I just don't get it. Anyway, back to Earth Day. So we all worked really hard. We did that, and then afterwards we went to Gates & Sons Barbecue and pigged out, because I forgot to eat yesterday before we left. And I mean, we pigged out. And I got home about 2:30 in the afternoon. I drank a bunch of water, and then I went to bed and went to sleep. I woke up a couple times for bathroom break and to drink more water, and I slept until 10:30 this morning. And I got up because it was 10:30 in the morning. I was like, oh no, I want to go to bed and sleep tonight, because I was still tired. I could have slept still, but I made myself stay up. So anyway, that is what I did with my weekend, and that's how me and my family celebrated Earth Day. So I'm kind of curious, what did you all do this weekend? You know, I know a lot of people probably finally was able to get out into their gardens. I feel bad for people who planted their gardens last weekend, because we had a really hard freeze yesterday morning, and we're supposed to have another one this coming Wednesday or Thursday morning. But anyway, I hope they didn't get too much frost damage. But you know, like, whatever you did this weekend, I'm kind of curious to know. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope the week ahead is very blessed. So God bless you all, YouTube, and until next time. Oh, I got it on video.